tonight to talk about our Bagapalooza retreat. I'm trying to remember to speak slowly. Everybody can understand me. We are going to be working with Stitch Sewing Organizers by Anila Hooley, our new favorite book. And it's been so fun. It's hard to do other work and not just play and blast through all of these, right, Andrea?
Yeah, I have that drawstring bag. I've had the stuff sitting on my table. I've wanted to do it, but I haven't had a chance yet.
Yeah, and we just added a special tool to our pre-order, and it is a special bodkin that Yvette found, and she should pop up a code or a picture maybe at some point.
Ah, there
There
we go.
with that. And this is what in one of these things, there's a drawstring pouch is one of the projects. And you know how hard it is to find one of your little first find the safety pin,
Right.
then shove it through the casing and then
And
go
then
along
keep it closed as you pull it through.
right? So Yvette found this awesome bodkin. So if anybody has already signed up and pre-ordered, if you order this, it'll get added to your order and shipped along with everything else. Oh, and bodkin is a real word that means this thing. So
Yeah, I'm not sure why Yvette is stuck on this word not being a real word, but
like
it's a word.
um all
But
right.
yeah, it looks like a cool thing. I know that's something I've struggled with many times, with, putting elastic through waistbands, all kinds of stuff. And this is like, where has this been all my life? I need one of these.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's gonna make that one project so much easier. Now I'm kind of glad I didn't do that drawstring bag yet. Although I have made them before. It'll be actually really helpful the next time my husband pulls the string out of his hoodie all the way.
That too. Yep, exactly.
It's a mystery. He didn't do it. Um,
No, someone else did that.
right. All right. So I'm going to show off quickly. We have a beautiful stack of projects that Andrea and I have made so far. And I made the sliding box, and this is
Yeah,
really fun.
I really want to make that one too.
It's really cool, and it works nicely. I have my little handles up there. Um, it's uses this fun interfacing from Peltex. It's like stiff stuff. It's like fat cardboard, and you can
Hmm.
don't bend it too much because then the bends stay in it.
Yeah, you don't want to like crease it or,
Right.
fold it. You can bend it, but yeah, once you put that crease in, it's gonna stay in.
She's so excited about the word. Vocab. We're having vocab hour at Gotham Colts tonight. But so the only other thing I have used this to make fabric postcards, this Peltex, and also the remember the dollhouses, the Stacy Shoe dollhouses?
Oh, you used it for that. That's a good
Yeah, it
idea.
made it stiff. So and I think that was in the instructions because there's no way in the interfacing world I follow the instructions
I
because I don't know what this stuff is.
I don't remember. I definitely didn't use it in mine. I think I just used fusible fleece or something. It is kind of floppy.
Yeah, mine's very stiff. Um,
Would have been a good idea.
All right. So the next one that I have, we both did this one. This is the 2-in-1 case with a magnetic closure, which is super.
Yeah, I changed it up. I don't follow directions a lot of the time. And this one is actually for me. I'm going to use it, and I was using it until I sent it to Jen. And I thought I preferred the magnetic closure to a button. It just makes more sense for me, and that's what I had also. So
Yeah.
I used the magnetic closure for this one, and that's something we can talk about during the retreat. Um, in the book, she does use a magnetic snap for something else. I can't remember which
No,
one.
this one, it's a magnetic snap, but it's
Oh,
weird.
that for that one it is?
It's
Oh,
not the same though. This is what I
oh,
have too.
maybe I did follow the directions.
Different one. It's like it looks like a thing, and
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's right. I just had a different kind. That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, I just used what I had.
Yeah, that's what I did too. And I actually for some reason I bought a bunch of these things and I have a whole stack of them and they're very strong.
They
So
do, yeah, they work.
it's the same thing, which makes me laugh. Although I think no, they open the same way. And then I have fancy zippers because I got into the zipper stuff, and I don't know. I like the zipper by the yard stuff. So, and we'll talk about the zippers and what measuring thing to use. Yeah, Kathy's talking about pounding snaps on. I don't have hammers in this studio. No, thank you. It'll just mess up my table, and the table is for flat lays, for photography. So the other thing we have, let's see, this is the triple pouch. They have been playing
Yes.
with all of them. All of the everything is unzipped and open. So it's really fun. It's got 3 pockets when you open it up. And Andrea used this is from Soliloquy, right?
Scrawl.
Scrawl. Okay.
Yeah, the Juicy Juice one.
And there's an interior zip pocket too. So like you get 3 pockets, you only have to do 2 zippers.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice. And then this is called the See It All pouch. So handy when we put our stuff in there. You can see what you've got, which is much better
Yeah,
than
just like a
having
little
your hand into it there and finding your scissors.
project pouch. Exactly. You can actually see what's inside.
Yeah. And then I made this. This is the tool book and tool folio. And this is my first buttonhole, so I didn't do this quite right. It's a little tight, but it does open. I swear to God, it opens. Okay. And then it opens up. And again, this uses that Peltex stuff, which is great if you're a crazy person and bought a whole bolt of it. But it's got a bunch of zippers for your tools and other pockets, lots of pockets. And the best part, this is the one you should make first because then your book can go in there.
And
And
all the templates and patterns and
yep.
all that good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So we had fun playing with this stuff. Or I assume Andrea had fun because she's
Oh,
still.
I have.
And I have another one so you can see my book. I've got the next project all put together and the stuff to go with it and more zippers. But I've been
Oh, that's
recording
good.
videos how to get the pull onto the zipper.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a zipper jig and my girlfriend said to look up how to like tape a fork to the side of my desk. But
I've
look at
never
this.
really had that big of a problem with it.
I have developed a skill. I'm so proud of myself.
But there is a direction. Like one side is easier than the other, for
One side's
sure.
easier than the other, but it just oh, it's not gonna do it now that we're live.
Not on camera, no.
Ta-da! Every time. I'm surprised every time it gets on, and every time I do it, even when I'm by myself, I say ta-da, because that's what you do when you do magic.
Mhm.
So that's our retreat, and the signups are closing on Friday. So if you're thinking
I think
about it,
Sunday? I think it's Sunday.
oh, is it okay? If you're thinking about it, sign up now.
Yes.
Because once it's closed because we have to order the supplies and everything in enough time to a Sunday at midnight. We have to have enough time to get the stuff and to get the stuff to you because it's no fun to start a retreat when you don't have stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, we want you to be able to, get all your goodies organized, know what you're going to make. We also have a list I think it's once you sign up. We've compiled a list of all the materials necessary for each of the projects. So even if you don't have your book yet, you can start thinking about, what fabrics you want to use and that sort of thing. So when you sign up, you'll have access to that list.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
no,
these
sorry. There's a link in the class description. So you can look at it even before you sign up.
That's great. Yeah. So these are all the different projects that are in the book. And Yvette was nice enough to compile a supply list for every single one so that you can that was very exciting to me. Is it like, usually we get the book the week before, and then if you need stuff, it's kind of late to get it if you don't have all this stuff. And this is all in my studio. This is all weird stuff. I don't have all these things laying around.
Some of it is, yeah. But a lot of the projects use like fat quarters for
Yeah,
fabric. So you probably do have fabric in your stash that
absolutely.
you can use because most of them don't take huge amounts.
Right. And there's like this one at the end, this project tote calls for something called Decker Bond. I don't have Decker. Oh, I didn't have Decker Bond.
Oh,
I
we
have
have some of that, but
Um, but one thing that I learned from I was looking on the bag websites and like looking for bag information, and the bag maker ladies, they don't worry too much about getting exactly the right thing. They just layer stuff until they get a thickness that they like. And I was
yep.
like, oh, I didn't need to buy this fancy thing that's on its way already.
I
Um,
think it would be hard to build up enough to get the Peltex. Like
Yeah,
that one is kind of specific. But the
yeah,
other ones, yeah, you can layer, as many layers of that non-woven lightweight interfacing to build up to get whatever stiffness you're looking for.
yeah, and I'm really excited too. A lot of them call for the Shapeflex 101, which I have
Yep.
loads of from
Yeah.
t-shirt quilt making, and you can use up scraps. I'm excited. I'm like, I have to decide which ones I'm gonna make before and which ones I'm gonna make during,
Right.
and then I'm not giving any of them away for Christmas. Forget it.
Oh,
They're mine.
all right. Yeah, I think this is going to be my quite a few Christmas gifts are going to come out of this retreat, I think. That's my plan.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
almost every project in here is useful, even if you're not a sewer or a quilter, you know, project organizers. Everybody can use folders, little organizational boxes.
Box
Everybody can use that stuff. Yeah, these little boxes. This is the small one. There's also a larger one. And then Jen made the sliding drawer one. Um, but yeah, these are so handy. Like you just keep it on your desk and if I wasn't showing it to you now, there would be stuff in it. But yeah, everybody can use this stuff. And then you can personalize it with the fabric. You could do embroidery on it before you finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think of that until now. That would be really cool to do, really customized personalization. So you can
Yeah.
do a lot of stuff with these things, but they are very usable and good things to have around. And they're not most of them are not that hard either. I mean, this box was super easy.
Yeah. I would say that I started with the book folio, and there's a lot of steps, and it
Right.
wasn't that bad. And for me, the worst part was the buttonhole because I've never done those before. But
Hmm.
I have two Bernina salespeople.
And all you have to do is push a button.
Right. Well, and then I just had to ask, like, there's always people in the Zoom, even if Andrea, like, there's always somebody in there who knows. We,
Exactly.
well, we don't know everything, but between the
But
three of us,
right, someone is gonna know. And one of us, me, Jen, or Yvette, will be in the retreat on the Zoom at all times. Usually either all three of us are there or, more than one of us is usually there, but at least one of us will be there at all times. Just to keep everybody in line. No, we don't need to keep anybody in line. Everybody's fine. But yeah, just in case you have questions or issues with something. But a lot of the times, other retreat attendees will also be able to help you. That's happened quite a few times.
right? And we're all very generous. I mean, it's really nice. It's a nice community. My security system is going off. There must be a deer in the front yard, and we are at
Squirrel.
threat level woof. Oh my God.
But yeah, it is a good group. It's people that are want to sit and sew and hang out. And I mean, if you sew, if you make things, being with other people that do the same thing and that you can talk to about what you're making is really nice.
Yeah.
And you
And
can
I
do it at
actually,
your own home in whatever, comfy clothes you want to wear with all of your fabric, your stash, your machine, your food, all of that kind of stuff. You don't have to worry about any of it. Your own bed. Um,
yep. And it's a
and if
serious,
you,
very important class, not to be interrupted by family.
right.
It is,
Yep. I ship my daughter off to grandma's for the weekend, and my husband just does his own thing, and it's great. We get a lot of stuff done. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, we've got
yeah.
yeah, Nana saying retreat weekends at Gotham are the best. Kathy says the retreats are a lot of fun. Thanks, guys. They are fun
Yeah.
though. There was one retreat that I think it was supposed to end at 3, and at like 4 o'clock, everybody was still in it. So even when it was time to turn it off, everybody was still there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. I'm actually, I can be a little introverted, but I'm like, now I know everybody. I'm really excited. Like I'm hanging out with my friends. It's just if you don't have access to a quilt guild, or if you do have access to a quilt guild and prefer not to attend, this is like replacement for me.
And we've also had people that are in different parts of the country and,
Yeah.
that are friends attend so that they kind of get to hang out with each other um, while they're sewing, but also hang out with everybody else. And that's always kind of fun too. And we do have people from all over. Definitely, we've got some West Coast people. We have had people from Hawaii. Um, I can't remember some of the other ones, but we do it. The time difference in Hawaii makes it pretty hard. So I don't hold that against you, but yeah, anywhere, join us.
Have we had people from Europe in the retreats, or is that just in
That's
classes?
what I was trying to think. I don't remember. I want to say we had someone from Italy, but I don't know if that's actually true. That might have been a class.
Yeah. It is interesting now that we do so much on Zoom, how broad ranging we are. I had somebody
Yeah.
from Japan in one of my classes, which blew my mind.
Yeah, that might be the farthest.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
So,
If
awesome.
anyone has any questions, please go ahead and put them in the chat. We're happy to ask or not ask. We're happy to answer questions. Um, and let's see, as part of the Bagapalooza, registration, you will get a copy of the book. We're also going to send you a little goodie bag kit of some of the notions and interfacings and stuff that you'll need. So enough to make one of these little boxes of the Peltex. Maybe some vine. We haven't actually worked out what it's going to be yet, but we'll give you a nice little assortment so that you can make some of the projects. But then we also have several add-on items available. The Peltex, the Bodkin, that's a newer one, vinyl, a lot of the more weird things that are called for some of these projects. So if you want to make some of those things, you can check the supply list for the project you want to make sure that you'll have the materials. And then we'll ship all that stuff together to you. We try to get it to you a week before. Um, that's our goal, so that you'll be ready to go when we start on the Friday night. And this is November 15th through the 17th, and we start mid afternoon on Friday, and go till 10. And then Saturday is 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then Sunday is 10 to 2 or 3. You do not have to stay on the whole time. You can come in and out as you please. You don't have to leave your camera on. You don't. It's very flexible. Um, let's see, Sandra, do you have magnetic closures or suggestions? Hmm. We don't have magnetic closures at the moment, but that would be a good thing to throw in. So, and honestly, other than like the garment district in New York City, I don't know. I'm sure craft stores, Joann's and Michael's would have them, but I can't say that I've looked for them, so I can't say for sure. Um, but if you have a good local quilt store, they could have it because a lot of bag makers use those types of things. Um, so yeah, and you can definitely find it online. Sandra just put up a link. Um, so yeah, that stuff. I mean, I'll try to get some, but don't count on it. How's that for a wishy-washy answer?
I did get some at Amazon, but it was like a pack of like 100.
That's
Uh,
the thing with them, yeah.
so yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. I'll have to see. I'll have to see if I can find them. Um, but that's yeah, it's definitely not too hard to source the stuff.
Yeah, but we do have quite a few of the materials available, so that you'll be ready, and you don't have to go all over the place sourcing them. So a few things you might, but it also depends on which projects you want to make.
Yeah.
And that's
And
the thing. Not everybody's going to want to make all the same thing. So we tried to balance, what we can ship and what is available and what we think people will want to use most, that sort of thing.
right. Make sure that you spend some time while you're shopping for zippers. Look at the different zippers that are
There are so many zippers available
available
now,
out there. Oh my goodness, there's so
and there's
and I
really
one
cool ones.
I saw one the other day that had alphabet on it,
Oh, no.
which I thought was fun, but then, like, when they zipped it up, the letters didn't match up, so that was like a no dice for me. Like, no, thank you. That it has to. That
Yeah.
can't be random letters.
No.
But there's so many fun different zipper things that I want to play with.
There really are, yeah. And the little zipper charms now that are everywhere, like, those can be really cute too.
I have zippers with little Christmas trees on the pull. Like, you can find
Oh,
things with fancy pulls.
huh.
So, there's like I could spend all your money on the zippers.
Could, but we won't.
Yeah, but yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't see any questions, but that's kind of the layout of what we do. There will also be educational videos. Jen has been hard at work on making some of those. So how to put in a zipper, how to sew with vinyl, how to use Peltex. Um, some of that stuff that you might not be familiar with already. So those will be available on demand. We can also play them during the retreat, so that if people have questions or want to ask or talk about it, we can do that too. Um, and we're certainly, going to help you with all of this stuff if you need it.
Yvette, of course, is, like, sending us links to look at stuff while we're doing this.
Yeah, thanks.
It's a rainbow coil zipper, which I have in my drawer over here because I saw it.
I thought the one you were showing, the pink, that's like a rainbow, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Yeah, that's a pretty one.
the metal the Tula pink metal, but
Yeah,
yeah, it
that
has
like
the coil
oil slick finish or whatever.
switch, and it's the tape itself is hot pink.
Yeah, nice.
But, like, that's the one thing that the tapes when the tapes are fun, like, they just if you're doing it right, they don't show. So, I don't know, I need to learn how
Yeah.
to do there's have you seen the ones with the lacy sides? I got this at
Yes.
So Hungry
Well,
here.
those, yeah, you would do those differently so that it definitely shows.
Right, and I'm not experienced enough to, like, look at the pattern and change it because that's not how I do 3D sewing. I need every single step,
Yeah.
and I need to follow it in order. I can't
Yeah,
freestyle.
I don't always follow directions.
You know, and I will say that the directions in this book are very, very good with the
They
exception
are.
of the zipper stuff. Like, not the zipper installation, the zipper sizes, because I buy
Mm,
the zipper tape by the yard, and she tells you to cut the zipper as if it is like the zipper that you get at Joann's, like, where it says a 6-inch zipper. You
right.
don't cut a 6-inch zipper, but I explained that in a video because I thought it was confusing, and then, I don't know, Kim also tried to make one and messed up some zippers, so my
But
students
if you're just buying zippers and the pattern calls for a 6-inch zipper, you can go to Joann's or whatever and get a 6-inch zipper.
right,
The
but not in the
those
color you want. Never,
Well,
never.
yeah. And that's actually why we went back and forth so much about including zippers in your goodie bags, and we eventually or offering them to sell, but there's so many different colors and kinds, and when you don't know what you're going to make or what fabric you're going to use, like having a zipper, a purple zipper might not do you any good, or even just a black or white, something like, so we left the zippers to you guys. So just keep that in mind. If you do want a fancy zipper, you do have time to go get some.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and so when so if you do go and buy, so that's a 12-inch, that says it's a 12-inch zipper. So that means that the teeth from the pull to the stopper is 12 inches, but the tape is actually longer than that. There's usually at least about 5/8 on both ends of that zipper. So I think that's when in the book she says to cut an 8-inch zipper, you're really cutting like a 9-inch.
Yeah, she says
Um,
use an 8-inch zipper.
oh, right. Okay. Use. Right. So if you're using a store-bought 8-inch zipper, it would include that extra tape on the ends. But if you're not using a store-bought zipper, you're using the like zipper by the yard or whatever, you buy 3 yards of it and cut it down, that you do have to calculate in the those pieces at the end before you cut it. Otherwise, you're gonna have too short of a zipper.
Right, and you just add an inch. The other thing, like, so if you let's say you want the lilac zipper, but you need a 6-inch zipper and they only have it in a 12-inch zipper,
You can always make it shorter.
you can always cut it because this is nylon and your scissors will cut right through it, not your
Yep.
fabric scissors, your
Right.
other scissors that you screwed up last time. Use those
Yep.
again on the zipper.
Exactly.
But it
Yes.
cuts right through it and you stitch right over it. You do wanna be careful when you're stitching. Never wanna hit these metal things with
I've
your
done that.
yeah, yeah, this has been done by everybody.
Yep.
But, so that's also a lot of patterns that I've had have had you intentionally cut this part off.
Yeah.
You
So
never
that you don't.
right, which I always thought was a little strange and then it feels a little dangerous, like the safety stop is off.
Right. But yeah, you can always go in with your machine and just do a zigzag across the teeth so that you don't accidentally pull the pole off. Um, but yeah, you can always make a zipper smaller. It is pretty tricky to make it bigger. I don't know how you would do that,
But
but you can always make it smaller.
I'm gonna
So
say that
like,
you can't make it bigger. I'm gonna say
yeah,
that.
I don't think you can. I think you just have to make a smaller project
Yeah.
if that happens. But that's another thing, you're the maker. So if you have a 9-inch zipper, it calls for 10, just cut it a little narrower, and your
Right.
9-inch zipper will work.
On your second time through the project, make adjustments. On the first time, maybe not.
Depending on how comfortable you are.
Right. But yeah, this is I definitely went down a zipper rabbit hole, but like I have lots now I have lots of tape because if you tell me it's a rainbow coil, I'm like, "Oh, I will yes, I'll take that."
I will find things to put zippers in.
So,
So
very fun.
I don't see that we've had any other questions. So I think we've probably rambled on about zippers long enough. But if you think of any questions, as usual, you can email us info at Gotham Quilts, and we will get back to you as soon as possible.
Yep.
The QR code on the screen right now will take you to the sign up page on our website that will have all of the information, anything you need to know, and you can sign up for it right there. And the signups do close Sunday at midnight. So if you're thinking about it, you've only got like 5 days left. So just don't forget. There's almost always, like, as soon as signups close, people start emailing us like, "Oh, I've missed the sign up. Can I still register?" And depending, sometimes we do our best to fit people in, but I can't guarantee it.
Right. Especially if the order's placed for the books, like we just don't have any extra supplies.
Exactly. Yeah. So just go do it now if you've been thinking about it. So that way it'll be done, you'll be all set, and no worries, no frantic emails on Monday morning like, I forgot.
Yeah. And it's fun. It's where all the cool quilters are going to be that weekend. So,
Totally.
and we can share recipes for Thanksgiving if we want. Like, yeah. I
That's
always
right.
tell
It
you
is
pumpkin cheesecake.
It's 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. It's not the weekend directly ahead
Right.
of Thanksgiving. So you'll still have time to do all of your prep work, get your house cleaned for visitors or whatever you need to do. It's 2 weeks before that. So we'll get it out of the way before all the holiday craziness starts happening. Get a little head start on some of your gifts possibly, and just have fun sewing for a weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
As for, let's see, housekeeping, Stash Society shipped this morning. So those went out today, and the Zoo Family block of the month, that one will be shipping by the end of the week. We're still waiting for one of the fabrics that's been back ordered for like 6 months. So yeah, those will be going out soon. String Fling block of the month, that's the end of the month, so we got some time for that. And I think that's it for now. I can't think of anything else.
No, I got nothing. I keep
Yeah. So go ahead, scan the QR code, go to the website, and sign up for Bagapalooza, and we'll have another fun retreat weekend.
all right.
And we will see you again next Tuesday, and we'll talk about something completely different.
Yep. Awesome. Thanks,
Thanks
everybody.
for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.